Hi, welcome to the Heart of Arsenal with me, James Hartwell. This is a brand new channel, so hit that like and subscribe button for all content relating Arsenal. Get involved. Welcome to my brand new channel, The Heart of Arsenal, with me, James Hartwell, where I'll be going through all updates regarding Arsenal throughout the 2022-23 season. I'm wearing a brand new away shirt. Absolutely love this shirt. It's probably my favourite shirt that we've actually released since I've been alive. So I'm definitely loving this shirt. I'll be updating weekly regarding the men's team and the women's team because I feel like they need to get the highlight that they deserve as well, because let's face it, they're actually probably doing a lot better than what the men's team is. They're always competing, that's for sure. But obviously with this season coming up, I'm pretty excited, but we'll get into that. So let's start with the transfers we've completed so far. Now, we're currently at time of recording, we've made 5 signings. We started with Matt Turner, who we actually signed in January last season from New England Revolution for, I think, something like 5 mil or something like that, but we loaned him back for the rest of the season. So even though he's come this season, we did actually buy him last season, but I think that spells the end of Leno, who is actually linked with a move to Fulham for 8 mil, I believe, but not completed so far. So we'll have to see how that one goes. Now, I don't know much about Matt Turner, to be honest with you. In a couple of the preseason games, he looked a little bit shaky, but then he has come into his own. So I think with a little bit more time, a little bit more settling in, I think he'll be okay. So not much to really report on regarding him. Looks all right for a backup. Obviously, he won't be replacing Leno. Won't be replacing Ramsdale in goal. He will be replacing Leno. So Marquinhos from Sao Paulo, 19-year-old winger, bought him for £3 million. There was a lot of reports in Brazil that we actually got an absolute bargain, and a lot of people sort of related to the club are actually quite upset that they let him go for so cheap. So haven't seen much of him in pre-season, but what I have seen, he looks lively. He looks like he's quite stocky as well for a 19-year-old, but I wouldn't be surprised if we actually sent him out on loan just to get a bit more English experience, or at least European experience, being from Brazil and so young. He will be wearing a number 27 shirt. So it's not like he's like number 45 or something like that, but we'll have to see whether he progresses into the first team like what Martinelli done, because we actually originally bought him to go straight back out on loan, but he impressed so much in pre-season when we bought him that we actually kept him on. So hopefully we might see the same with Marquinhos. Fabio Vieira, the next one on the list, we bought from Porto for £34 million. Now, the only problem with this is I honestly believe we bought him injured, because a couple of days after we bought him, there was a picture circulating on social media of him in a foot boot, an ankle boot. He come out and said it wasn't serious, but we've yet to see him in pre-season, and we've played like 4, 5, 6 games since then, and we've still yet to see him. So comes with a lot of promise. He was the under-21s European player of the season for Portugal. Predominantly plays on the wing, but he can come inside as well. So a lot of promise. He will be wearing a number 21 shirt. So I'm actually excited. I'm a bit gutted that we haven't seen him in pre-season really, but we'll have to see how it goes with that one. Now the big one, we bought Gabriel Jesus from Manchester City for £45 million. Now at the time I was thinking 1 year left on your contract, £45 million, little bit steep. Boy was I wrong. He's come into his own already. He looks like he's been playing for us for years. Shows us what we've been missing with the likes of Lacazette. Loved Lacazette as a player and as a person, but just wasn't quite clinical enough when we needed him to be. He did have 1 year left on his contract, but with Haaland coming in at City, his playing time was going to be dramatically reduced, and we snapped him up. And to be honest, I'm expecting very big things from what I've seen in pre-season. I think he scored something ridiculous, like 7 goals in pre-season, but we'll get into all the pre-seasons. And he'll be wearing the number 9 shirt, once occupied by Lacazette. So he'll be leading the line. I'm very, very excited to see what he can bring to the Arsenal team. We also bought his teammate Zinchenko in a deal worth, let me just look at my notes, £32 million. He will be wearing the number 35 shirt, who was... Martinelli wore that, last season since he signed, but he's now moved to number 11, so Zinchenko's taken the number 35. I'm excited about this signing. I think it's a very smart move by Arteta and Edu, in the sense of he can play left back, who we need cover for Tierney. Now, this is a controversial comment, but I do believe, in my opinion, that Tierney has been a little bit overrated by the Arsenal fans. Don't get me wrong, I believe he's a very, very good player, but he's barely played. He's probably only featured in half the games that he's actually been eligible for. So the fact that he's too unreliable tells me that he's probably... I actually think that Zinchenko will probably be our first team left back this season, with Tierney fighting for his spot if he's fit enough. We'll have to see how that one materialises. Don't hate me in the comments. I don't hate Tierney. I just think that he's a little bit unreliable and probably a bit overrated. He's very simple. He defends... Defensively, he's very good. Attacking wise, he's very good, but he's just a one-trick pony. Straight head down, straight to the byline, cut it in, hope someone can get onto it. Hopefully, the likes of Jesus can actually put them away and make them a bit more effective. But apart from that, he hasn't got a sort of a game plan B. He hasn't got anything to do with that. So we have to see how that one materializes with Zinchenko. So that actually rounds up our 5 signings of the window so far. We are one of the highest spenders in Europe at the moment for the second season running. So all you Kroenke haters who don't think that they're actually here to help the club, kind of got to swallow their words at the moment. Now, I'm not saying that I forgive them, but they are seen to be in a position where they're going in the right direction. So we'll have to see whether that one actually materializes. So all the pre-season results, we started off in Nuremberg in Germany, second division team. We actually went 2-0 down in that game, 2-0 at half time. And then we introduced Jesus at half time. Now, it took him 90 seconds to make an impact. He scored within 90 seconds, which is just incredible. Actually went on to score 2 goals in that game, and was probably the reason why they actually ended up scoring 2 own goals, with his presence and his press in the box as well. Could have had a handful of goals that day. So that was Jesus' impact in that first game. El Neni, who also has recently signed a contract extension, scored an absolute worldie from 30 yards, which is what we've kind of become accustomed to with El Neni when he scores. Incredible goal. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure it's circulating around YouTube or Twitter, social media. Go have a look at it. We then moved on to the USA tour, where we started off in Baltimore, played Everton in a friendly, and we won 2-0. Now, Jesus was on the score sheet again, so that's now 3-2 for him. Saka scored to make it 2-0 as well. I'm expecting big things from Saka this year. He kind of burnt out towards the end of last season, but phenomenal talent, and I cannot wait to see him this season. I think he's going to make a very, very big impact. I think he could actually probably do better than the likes of Mahrez this season. And then we moved on to Orlando, where we played Orlando City. We beat them 3-1, and Martinelli was on the score sheet. I'm expecting big things from him this year. I think he wasn't consistent enough last year, and I was actually expecting Smith Rowe, if he was injury free, to actually play a lot more this season. Now, Martinelli, being fit, has played a lot of pre-season, and he's impressed. He's done well. Nketiah and Reece Nelson also on a score sheet for that game. there were rumours about Nelson that we're actually going to give him a second chance this year to prove himself. I think his time's done, to be fair. He's had a lot of opportunities sort of in the previous years, didn't really take them, went on loan, done quite well last year. I think he was at Feyenoord, went to the Europa Conference final, got beat by Roma, by Mourinho, but overall impressed. So I think that's why he's kind of come back and he's going to have a chance. We then played Chelsea over in Orlando, beat them 4-0. Now, I'm not getting my sort of hopes up, but it's a good indication when it's only a couple of weeks to go for the season to start that we beat one of our competitors for Champions League places 4-0. Now, Jesus obviously got on the score sheet because that's what he's been doing all pre-season. Odegaard got on the score sheet, who has just been named club captain as at the time of recording. Lokonga got his first goal for the club with a lovely little finish with a header, and Saka also got one nice little finish after a little bit of magic from Xhaka, who in my opinion gets a lot of stick, and I am one to give him a lot of stick, but he's making me eat my words at the moment. He finished the season strongly and he's impressed in pre-season, and I wouldn't be gutted if we kept him, but I do think we need an upgrade as well, or at least some more reinforcements in that middle, someone like a Tillemans, but we'll get into that in another video. We then moved back to London for the Emirates Cup yesterday. We beat Sevilla 6-0. Now, they are a Champions League side. They are early into their pre-season. I think they've only played 2 or 3 games, but we absolutely wiped them off the park. Our press was just incredible. If we can keep that up, I think we'll do well this season. I do have my reservations about the young guys burning out if we're going to be pressing that much, but with 5 subs this year, bearing in mind the Premier League have moved over to what everyone else is doing, and we got 5 subs this year, so maybe that will keep the intensity a little bit higher with the youngsters as well. But on the score sheet, have a guess. Jesus was on the score sheet not once, not twice, but 3 times he scored. He got his hat-trick already. Saka getting another 2. Like I said, I'm expecting big things from these guys this year. And Nketiah comes on and obviously delivers another call. And we run away 6-0 winners in that. So that's it for my first video on this channel. I hope you enjoyed it. If there's any content you want me to go over, just let me know in the comment section. Please like and subscribe this video. Give me your feedback. Good or bad, I want to know so I can improve. I'm very new to this, but I'm passionate about Arsenal and I want to give my opinions on a regular basis. Thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Thank you.